Okay. Did anybody have this on their Celtics off-season bingo card? Because I certainly didn't. I'm getting to this late because I woke up late, I'm sorry. So anyway, Danny Ainge is out. He's done. Brad Stevens is also done as coach and taking over as GM, which that's really the mind-blowing part. Like, Ainge being gone, yeah, nobody expected it, but like reading it, okay, not the most shocking thing ever, especially because Ainge had a heart attack a couple years ago. So, okay. To look back on Danny Ainge's tenure real quick, I seriously believe that the heat that some people have on him, it's just too much. I mean, the guy built a team that was, nothing after the KG Pierce trade and all that, which, yeah, it was like an all-time bad trade, like the Nets putting all those picks in there. Then, they trade Rondo after that, and they build up a good team in a short amount of time. And, after that, it's, well, why didn't you trade for whoever? Well, I mean, he traded for Kyrie Irving, and then Kyrie Irving didn't want to be there, which is fine. Horford leaves to a huge contract with Philly. Hayward leaves to a huge contract with the Hornets. Could they have made the Pacers trade? I don't know. Kemba gets hurt. Tatum and Jalen become really good. Like, I'm sorry, I don't think Danny Ainge has been as bad as people want to act like. I think he's been very good, and he's had some things not go his way once moves have been made. And he was in the same conference as LeBron James for a long time. The only thing with Ainge that I will say is I think he could have offloaded more of the picks in the 20s. I will give you that. So anyway, that's that with Ainge, and now this is what the hell. Brad Stevens, my beloved Brad Stevens, as I have defended him from probably not that big of a crowd, but still a crowd on the internet that's like, Brad actually not that good, regardless of everything that he has done for the Celtics. Now he's out, and he's going to run the show, and I have no idea what to expect of Brad Stevens running the show. I don't know. I mean, I would imagine being a coach allows you to learn a lot of things about players around the league, which you need to know to make trades and all that stuff. But, does Brad understand salary cap gymnastics? Does he understand mid-level exceptions and the luxury tax? And because there's a lot of little rules. So does Brad know what he's doing? I mean, I'm sure they're going to get a GM to get like all the technical stuff, but like we've seen coaches take over. Like Stan Van Gundy did not do a good job. Thibodeau did not do a good job. At the same time, Popovich has been the president of the Spurs operations, and well, for most of the time, it's been pretty good. Now, the implication is, well, because he's not coaching and doing the front office stuff, he'll be better at the front office stuff, but I want to see it first. So I don't know what to expect there. As far as Brad not being the coach anymore, I don't give a crap what anybody on the internet tells you. I doubt they're going to find someone as good as Brad. I don't like that. My fear is that they're going to take on some dude who's just an average NBA coach, and then the Celtics join the roulette of NBA coaches who just get hired and fired every few years. Besides that, I can't really speculate on much. I don't know who the good candidates are, assistants around the league, or a head coach who might want out, or some guy in college who's really good, or somebody overseas. That's their job, and hopefully they don't screw that one up. Now, as far as Brad's reasoning, I mean, this is just the ESPN article. It says he was worn down as a coach, especially since the Orlando bubble. Mental, emotional toll on everyone. Yeah, I understand that. I'm still shocked to read this news. I mean, Brad's, 46? Seems in good health. He's actually 44, for what that matters. And Stevens has a lot on his plate for this offseason. I mean, he's got to figure out who's a keeper and who isn't on this roster. I mean, to me, it's Tatum, Jalen, and everybody else, including Time Lord, including Marcus Smart, are expendable. Not saying you're going to shop them, but you need to be open to the idea. And look, I've already made a video saying I think they should look to trade Kemba this offseason. I feel the same way. I mean, I know he had a whole thing about this is my first time getting real rest in a while, and we'll see. I mean, if you've got his contract just looming on the team as he's in and out of games and up and down when he's playing, then it's going to be really difficult to build a team while Tatum and Jalen are still under contract. So Brad's going to have to get pretty aggressive, and you also got to decide on Fournier. Are you going to re-sign him? I think they should. I think they need him. And the thing with the Kemba trade, if it happens, is it's going to be very difficult because you're probably going to have to give the team stuff, and maybe you could get a good player back in return. I don't know how many teams are even willing to take on that money. I mean, to be honest, in terms of flexibility and responsibility, it's really not the best time to take over as the Celtics president of basketball operations. I mean, usually when a GM job is desirable, it's when there's cap space and it's a roster of guys who are about to get traded. This is not really that case. I mean, Kemba is not a normal guy who could be traded, because that's more so we need to get off of this contract as opposed to teams want this guy and he just doesn't fit our timeline as well. So, yeah, the good luck to Brad, and hopefully the coaching search doesn't get in the way of doing whatever front office moves you have to make. The other thing I'm fearful of is that because Brad coached these guys, he's going to have too much sentimental value, which, like, yeah, that matters, of course, but I fear that he's going to give Time Lord like a $13 million a year contract when he hasn't proven that he can stay healthy. I mean, he had a foot thing in the playoffs against the Nets. Yeah, that's pretty much my whole take. It's confusion, some form of understanding when you dive into the details, especially with Ainge. Again, you know, the heart attack and the guy's, over 60, whatever that is now. I get that one. But the Brad one is still just really blowing my mind. I got nothing else, man. That's it.